Okay, so I just did off camera. I just checked that coil there, which I just discovered it really was on transmit. It was indeed, so we've sorted that. And that was the detector. These are part of the IF, and I've made sure we've got those for maximum sensitivity. So you're now listening to 0.22 of a microvolt, and let's just drop the attenuator 0.2, 0.15, 0.1, and just off my clock there. So yeah, you know, it's very useful sensitivity on this type of radio. Now, looking at the circuits, it appears to be a single conversion super heterodyne with an IF at 455. Now, the frequency isn't adjustable for the crystals on receive, but I'm going to get the marker oscillator on the job, and I'm just going to see how off frequency it is without being able to be adjusted. So I'm just going to pause the video and we'll get the marker oscillator out. Switching back on to record, just listen to the tone there of the marker oscillator. So how far is that out? Well, we'll just do a little check. I'll just adjust the signal generator. Yeah, it's about 0.25 out. So that's well within the allowable limits. We'd certainly be okay with 100 out before being worried about that. So it isn't adjustable, which is a shame, but it is only 25 out, so that's fair enough. Alright, we'll move on to the squelch. Right, we'll turn the signal off the signal generator, adjusting the squelch on the radio for threshold, switching the signal generator back on. Just about coming in at 0.3 of a microvolt. Now we'll turn the sensitivity of the squelch to maximum, and it's not moving at all. So perhaps it's that other preset. Just turn that squelch preset up somewhat. It's coming in now at 3 microvolts, which is a bit oversensitive, sorry, to what I would have liked, but then you're not going to use this radio as a base station. So now, having adjusted that internally for less sensitivity, I'm going to now just turn the squelch down on the radio and we'll do the sensitivity test again. So signal generator's off, set threshold, and then switch the generator back on, and it's just coming in still at 0.3 of a microvolt. So just to recap, the preset there is for the squelch. If you remember, the preset there was for the deviation. And that is all I can say. I'll be putting the rod antenna back, and I'll be just checking that the loading coil there is set for the maximum field strength. Having put the radio back together, I'm going to have to do the field strength. Now I can't do it with the external power supply because with the telescopic aerial fully extended on this radio, it was causing RF feedback into the power supply, which was shutting down. So what I've had to do is to connect up the radio's battery pack with fully charged batteries. There's 9 of them, and I'm now going to make that final adjustment with the loading coil with this arrangement. So the battery pack is crocodile clipped onto the radio chassis. I've got a field strength meter. If we just zoom out a bit, I might just be able to show you that. Oops, wrong way. There is a field strength meter. I'll tell you what, let's just tilt it a bit, and then we'll you may be able to see it adjust. So putting the video recorder back into the record, we look at the adjustment there, which is the loading coil. which is just behind where I've got my yellow crocodile clip. Then I don't know whether you can see the field strength meter from that angle. I'm now going to press transmit on the radio, and I've got a slight deflection on the meter, and I need to now get that for peak. There we go, and that's the loading coil set. And that concludes it. I don't know whether we'll be able to do an on-the-air test with this kind of radio with its limited channels, but I'll see what I can arrange.